fails with Luke Jacobi and Aaron Bree, but our star today is going to be Luke Jacobi. Luke, what's up?
How are we doing, Carly?
Good.
And Aaron Bree.
Luke is an OG here at Benzinga, but I personally have never heard his story, how he got started, or any of his financial fails, but I've heard that there are a lot. So, Luke, can you start us off with one that just sticks out, a financial fail within your life that you're like, damn, why did I do this?
Wait, can I?
Oh, you know one of
No,
his?
no, can I just whisper something real quick?
I heard a don't tell her, da 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 da.
We're saying some things are off topic.
Okay.
Like fines, court penalties, those are off the table.
Off the table. I don't
Everybody
even
has
know.
a few, right?
I don't.
It's just a cost of being alive.
They wouldn't exist if it wasn't for everyone to take advantage.
I'll say my favorite, relevant to the stock market crowd. Everybody's been there. Everybody that you talk to who is somehow involved in the stock market or a stock market junkie has lost money on a penny stock before. We all go through that phase. You're in it. You put your first $500, $1,000 in the stock market. You're ready to make 20 grand, 50 grand off of that money. You buy penny stocks, they blow up. So that I'll say is my first financial fail and actually what led me to Benzinga.
Really?
What? This might be a stupid question. What constitutes like a penny stock?
I sub-dollar.
Sub-dollar. Okay, because
Why?
like a $5 stock.
No, that's bullshit. People say like it's $3.50. That's a penny stock. That's not. If it's Nasdaq listed and it's $4, it's not a penny stock.
Okay.
In my opinion.
No, I was gonna say because like when I didn't know what I was like doing in the stock market and I heard penny stock, I thought it was like a stock that was legitimately like a penny
I just
a
think of
share.
Wolf of Wall Street.
That's a good
Yeah,
penny
and all
stock.
those stocks blew up, and all those people wanted to get rich quick.
Right.
No, we've all been there.
Okay.
That
So
was
how
one
did
of
your
the-
failure with penny stocks bring you to Benzinga? And what was Benzinga like when you first got here and you were an intern?
Okay, so my failure with penny stocks. I was 19 years old at the time.
Okay.
I was doing medical experiments in college to make money to fund my stock market account.
Right.
And I was going to try to trade that account with penny stocks to pay for college. Okay.
Okay.
So that was the setup. That was the dream. I ended up losing all the money on the penny stocks, but stumbled across Benzinga articles in the interim. Just happened to see that Benzinga was based out of Michigan, founded by a guy named Jason Raznick, who's out of Michigan, and literally just reached out to say, hey, I'm a fellow person in Michigan. It's sort of weird that we're both in the same state here. He invited me down to the office and said, I'm starting this stock market news company.
Okay.
You should just go write for it on your free time and you can make a little bit of money.
So how many people were in the company at that point, or was it just Jason?
There was probably 10 people at that point.
Okay, and they didn't have an office yet?
They did have an office. It was in an abandoned strip mall. So we
Okay.
actually had like 10x the office space that we do now. in
Did
the
you
middle of
have a
nowhere.
good feeling about it? You're like, I want to do this, I'm excited, or did you just kind of write it off? Because it ended up being a great opportunity for you. Would you not say that?
I was excited about it, right? I saw it
Okay.
as like, okay, I'm super passionate. These other people are clearly super passionate. You put that much energy together, you can make some magic happen. Nobody else in my life felt that way. They're like, what
Yeah.
the hell is this crappy website?
Right.
These articles are not edited. There's spelling errors in the first sentence. And your office space is an abandoned strip mall.
Right. So
So-
at what point did you transfer from the abandoned strip mall, and like what kind of work did that take, and how were you during that time, your mental space, everything?
Okay, so we have this beautiful office here in Detroit now.
Yeah.
We've been here since 2015. I was, I think, the only one who was strongly opposed to moving to Detroit.
Why?
The strip mall was awesome. We had like a full-size soccer field indoors. I mean, it was like
Okay.
10 people with like 19 offices, like normal offices stuck together.
I did
We
not
play
know
floor
that.
hockey. Oh yeah, it was great. And we come down to these cramped quarters. Like parking's a pain in the ass. There's no fast food down here. But it ended up being a better decision.
Okay, so at the time that you began at Benzinga, did you see any financial fails within the company that you guys had to like rebound from, or did it just start becoming successful like ever since you came?
No, there was a lot of financial fails. We didn't know how to make money. I didn't get paid for 2 years. When I
Really?
got
And you
started.
stuck with it?
I
2 years?
stuck with it.
Wow, good for you.
Yep. I was doing some university hustles,
Okay.
which we'll talk about in a different podcast.
Haha.
But yeah, I stuck with it. Found other ways to finance my life. And yeah, we just like couldn't figure out how to get money. We were figuring out how to get readers.
What
and,
did
like,
you
slowly
try to
building the
do?
audience.
Like, what were some ways you tried to get money and you're like, this isn't going to work?
So like our first big bet of a business was basically we say, all right, we get all these people who are like gurus and like expert stock market pickers out there,
Yeah.
and we verify their portfolios like They say I'm up 10,000% this year. I'm up 200%, triple my money on this stock pick, right? You see that all day on advertising. We're like, okay, it's all bullshit. We're gonna actually verify it, find the real experts, and then sell those subscriptions. Turns out, when you verify people's portfolios who make these outrageous claims, none of those claims are actually true.
Really?
Yes, it ended up actually being all bullshit.
Okay.
And so, like, nobody wants to subscribe when the guy's actually down 60% this year, even though he's saying he's the best stock picker since Warren Buffett.
Right.
Hey, if as long down 60%, that beats my returns last year.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the market.
So when you first got to Benzinga, you were writing articles, correct?
Yep.
And you had lost a lot of money trading penny stocks.
Yes.
So you were like, I'm the perfect person to write about penny stocks?
Yeah, we need to go back through the archives, because back then I used to write stock opinions too. It wasn't just news. I'd be like, you need to be long this stock for this reason. It's trading at 48 cents.
Why?
And you were like, my credibility, I lost X amount of money last year trading penny stocks. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I rebuilt, refunded, redeposited, back at it.
You need to get your information from someone who's been through it so you don't go through the same thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and why were you so interested in the stock market in the first place? Like, how did that begin?
That was like my weird thing. Like, did you have a weird thing when you were a kid? Like, you were super
All right, that's not
obsessed
your
with?
one weird thing.
I mean, I was really music. I was like obsessed with music.
All right, mine was the stock market.
Okay,
Since I
that's
was
interesting.
like, when I was in 6th grade, I founded our school's stock market club.
How though? Like, how'd you even know what it was?
I don't know.
Was your dad interested?
I was
in
like
it?
10. I was the only member in the club. It was just me and the teacher.
Oh.
Every Wednesday after school for an hour.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
look,
that's
it's
my
crazy
weird-
to look back.
Do you remember the first stock you like learned about or knew?
The first stock I ever bought was the energy ones. Not ExxonMobil. Give me some other
Chevron.
energy names. Keep going.
Enron?
Nope. Driller.
Not
Maybe
Oxy,
what was the
I
first
assume.
stock you bought?
Apple.
Apple?
Yeah.
Boring.
I still haven't even done that.
Let's see, Luke. What are some what's like the most financially irresponsible thing you've seen someone in finance that like manages money do?
Oh, that's a good one. Most financially irresponsible thing somebody in finance has done. Okay, here's a good one. Some of these people who manage I think that anybody who professionally manages money and advertises options as a part of their portfolio is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Why?
If they're advertising options as a hedging tool, I think that's okay, especially if it's like a broad market hedge. But I saw this one guy's asset manager. He would pick a stock, and the way that he would get long the stock is he would sell puts against it to make him basically synthetically long. He would then use the proceed from that put sale to buy calls.
So you're basically just
so if
double
you're
betting.
Like quadruple betting.
Yeah.
Because not only could your money go to zero, if you're wrong on the direction of the stock, you're going to owe money. You're going to have negative dollars from the puts that you sold.
But like some people will have a fund with options at some like covered call fund.
That's what I'm saying.
out
If it's
there.
like a hedging,
Okay.
or if you're selling calls against the stock.
But this was the
position,
opposite of a hedge. This was
just going fucking berserk on a stock.
yeah.
Luke,
Yes.
what else do you want to see from Benzinga? Like, you've already come this far. What's something that you'd like to see before you become old and gray?
Okay. The coolest thing for me is that when we were getting Benzinga going, whether it be locally or like with your girlfriend's parents or traveling, and you say Benzinga, it would be like a joke.
Okay.
Like nobody in my family appreciated that this is what I chose to do after college, except for me,
Right.
for years, and that was shitty.
Was that hard for you to deal with?
Yeah, it's horrible.
But
It
you
sucked.
knew, like, in your heart and soul, you're like, this is what I want to do.
Exactly. You're making no money. You went to school. You had, could have gone to J.P. Morgan or
Right.
Goldman
But
Sachs.
it's so important to listen to your intuition in moments like that, right? Wouldn't you say? Because it led you here.
100%. It's totally the right decision. And so like when you're saying what we wanted to do, like now when I'm in an Uber, right, and I say Benzinga, more than half the time people's eyes light up and they're like, "Oh, Benzinga?
Yeah.
Like the stock company?" It's like, okay, that's
Do you know how
sweet.
many people have been texting me, like, since I started here, screenshots of seeing me somewhere online, and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Exactly, the Benzinga logo everywhere.
Yeah,
they see us
it's
on
crazy.
Robinhood, TD Ameritrade,
We were on TV the
E-Trade.
other day. It was
Exactly.
awesome.
Yes. So like I am gonna be satisfied with Benzinga when it's a household name.
Okay.
Not
I
just
love
in the
that.
stock market.
Yeah,
Beyond
and it's
that.
possible. It's happening.
It's happening.
Okay, AB, give me one of your financial fails.
Well, so I had always had like an interest in the stock market and investing, but I wasn't really actively trading. And when COVID hit, I kind of got more into it, as
Do you
did a
feel
lot
like
of people.
Benzinga inspired you to get into it, or were you just kind of already
No,
into
I
it?
found Benzinga through my like newfound interest
Oh.
in stock trading during COVID.
That's interesting.
And right when COVID hit, so I was in journalism school, so I was paying attention to the news like around the world. So I kind of knew what was going on in
Right.
China and Europe with COVID. And then I would turn on like CNBC here, and they'd be like, "Oh, like the stocks are fine, nothing's gonna happen." So I bought a bunch of puts. So I bought options. I shorted the market right before COVID. The stock market crashed. I made like $10,000, and this was as a broke like 22-year-old.
And this was like
in
one of your
college.
first times kind of getting into it.
21-year-old. Yeah, I was 21.
Yeah.
Is that luck?
Yeah, well, it was luck. No, it wasn't luck because I was smart in knowing that like this thing is more serious than like other past diseases that were going around like Zika or Ebola or something.
Okay.
But it was like a once in a lifetime opportunity to essentially short the market before that happened. Made like $10,000, lost it literally all within like the couple months after that.
Yeah.
Being very aggressive, which is how I made it. So I learned a lot about risk management through that. So probably losing 10 grand. Also, I mean, like I gamble on sports a lot and on my sports
A
book.
lot. You can't hang out with Aaron when he has a sports bet on. just as an
Really?
aside.
Luke, do you bet on sports too?
Not like him.
Who are you betting on right now today? Like what game? Isn't basketball going on?
I don't have any bets going on right now. And I
But
don't
he
have
certainly
any...
will before 8:30 tonight.
My problem isn't with the actual sports betting. I'm actually like decent at the sports betting. It's that I'll play blackjack on my sports book, and it just won't matter. Like.
What's the most amount of money you guys have lost on a bet?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Not a lot for me.
I've never bet on a sports game.
I've on a single game.
More or less than $5 grand.
Less. Probably
All
around.
right, you're fine.
Probably around $1,000 on a single game.
Okay, you don't
but
have a
I've
problem.
lost as much as like $2,500 in a single night gambling.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
But-
that would just hurt.
But also that I was also probably like up like a couple days before that, so I was like, oh, this is like how small. So you like technically,
Yeah.
you know, probably like net, I was like down a few $100, but
Okay,
like,
okay.
but like technically still lost like $2,500 in a night.
So guys,
So I'd say my dumbest financial would be because like the dumbest thing about when I lost like 10 grand during the market during COVID was I could have just taken that 10 grand and like bought the S&P 500 and like doubled my money or like
Yeah.
made some like pretty casual / like conservative investments. Instead, I kept trying to find like more opportunities to short the market and all this stuff instead of just like
you were invested
instead
at that point.
instead of just being like, oh, I got really lucky and just made $10,000 because like
Well, that's the whole problem
At
with
the ti-
gambling in itself.
at the time like 10,000 like looking back on it like I could have like gone to Puerto Rico and lived like in an Airbnb for like 5 months. You know, like
Right.
shit was cheap. It was during COVID, so
okay,
like flights
that's a
and everything
fail
was
for
cheap.
you then.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how like nothing has to do with his financial future. So you lost the 10 grand.
Could've went to Puerto Rico.
I'm saying I could have done a
Could
lot.
have gambled on something else.
Exactly. I'm saying I could have just taken that and like realized like, oh, I got lucky in the market and like had some fun with it. Instead, I was like, I'm so smart. I like was literally thinking that like, oh, I made $3,000.
You're like, I got this.
I was like, I made $3,000 in the market today. Let's see if I do that every day, I'll be making $600,000 by the end of June. And it's like, obviously, you're not gonna be making $3,000 in the market every single day. So
right.
it was
Okay,
really
so
dumb.
question for both of you then. Going back to your younger self, when you first began with your penny stocks, you with your Puerto Rico trip, people that are watching that are like new to investing in stocks, give me advice, serious advice, like do this.
Okay, so here's mine, and AB still needs this advice. All right, so here's the way. If you have any sort of interest in like controlling your own finances or like, you know, trying to make your own decisions on, yes, I believe Google is a good bet to make and will be here to stay and will grow into the future. I suggest you take 70 to 80% of your assets and just put it into the index funds, right? Like an S&P 500 or something along those lines. And then you take that final 20% sliver. And that's where you make your look at the places of the world that you know especially well and can make informed decisions about growth prospects. And that's where you do your stock picking.
That's great. So even dumbing it down from that, someone who just has literally no idea, where should they get information from to just even learn about how to start investing, things like that?
Yeah.
Mr. Zach Morris on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
All right, AB, what about you?
What was the question again?
It was if you could go back to your younger self and you could give him advice before the Puerto Rico trip,
Okay.
investing, beginner investing, what are you going to tell him?
I think honestly, like more so than any actual. So okay, for actual
This is a deep question because this is like such a big part of your guys' life.
Away from actual investing advice, I would say like don't focus as much on like where you're investing your money. Like focus as much on like how can you make as much money.
Yeah.
And then like if that's your goal is to just like make as much money, like that's your goal through investing is to make as much money through your investments as you can. I would say just like worry about like putting yourself in a position to make as much money as possible, and then like once you're there, then worry about how you're investing your money.
Right. Okay.
Like I wouldn't even really be like worried about how I'm investing my money when I'm like 20, 21, 22, 23. Like now I'm 20.
And I would say too, like you asked the question, like where do you read about this? I think you just got to go do it.
Really? And just
Like,
learn for
literally
yourself.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're gonna
I'm
learn.
such a researcher, a pre-researcher.
You don't, but like it's not gonna help you.
Like I learned a lot
Okay.
through losing that 10,000. I don't recommend that people go out and lose that much money in the
do
market
it
to
with
learn.
a couple $100.
Do it with a couple $100. Like buy a couple stocks that you think like there's no way this is gonna go down, and then you'll see like holy cow, how'd this go down? You're like, oh, this
Right.
isn't that easy. So
And it'll be painful and it will give you anxiety, but then you're going to have the next 50 years of your life where you feel so much more confident and have such a better understanding of what's going on.
That's awesome. And I'll just throw in some advice too. Don't spend too much money on this if you don't have it. So that's my advice. Okay, so keynotes that I'm taking away from this conversation would be basically what I'm seeing is that you guys learned so much from your little failures from your younger selves, and like where you are now is so awesome and you should be so proud of that. So I want to hear before we go something that you're really proud of, a successful moment that you've had in this company or in your personal life, financially.
Ooh.
You could be like an idea you had at Benzinga that just popped off, or an article that you wrote that did so well that everyone told you shouldn't do, like some of you followed your intuition and it came back in return.
I think something that we're really good at Benzinga is just hopping into stuff fearlessly. Like you have no idea.
That's what I've been learning from you guys. You're like, just do it.
Yes, exactly. So like here's a cool story. There's this guy named Neil, who's sort of this emo, depressed type guy who works here. He is, right? Is that the best way to describe him?
that's not how I would describe him.
So you
would
guys
you
describe
describe
me?
I would say Neil's a guy who has like unique interests.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Well,
All right.
I'm painting a picture.
So we were working on our subscription products, and we had one subscription product at the time. And like we were lamenting the fact that we cannot figure out how to sell more of these subscriptions. Like
Okay.
everything we tried just doesn't work. We're like, what the hell? We were getting Thai food down the street, right behind me. Place is closed. R.I.P. COVID casualty.
Is that Bangkok
but-
Gardens?
I don't know what it's called. Could be. Sounds about right.
All right. I think that's what it is.
But like we had this realization where we're like, okay, if we can make whatever product we want, right? To just imagine that it existed and go sell it, like what would that be? And so that's exactly what we did. We wrote an email to our database. We made a landing page that said, here's what the product is.
Okay, you guys got it?
The product didn't exist.
What
And
was it?
It was for our newsletters.
This
our
Mike's
like,
Room?
expert
Okay.
portfolio newsletters. And we literally just started marketing it without the product existing. Like we just jumped in. It was like 2 hours of work to make just an email and a page that says, here's what it is.
Yeah.
And just see if people are going to buy it.
Wait,
gonna
I
pre-purchase
love
it.
that.
I
Yes.
don't know if we should be telling people
And-
that we were
No,
marketing.
it's okay.
No,
We're
it's okay.
real.
Yeah. And that's what we did. And like after 2 days, the sales from it were like 12 grand.
Really?
At like $100 a piece. I mean, that's 120 people purchased it. And we're like, holy shit, we figured something out. We
Yes.
sold 120 of these. We got to go actually make it now. If we weren't going to make it, we would just refund people and say, hey, we're still working on this, yada, yada.
Right.
We're like, holy shit, we got to go make it. And now it's going to do $8 million of revenue this year.
Let's go.
Over the past 4 years.
What
So
a good story.
0 to 8 million, just being fearless. That's why I'm saying you just got to do it.
That's why
just
Jason
did it
tells me
in one
that too.
night.
He's like, just do it. I'm like, no, I need to plan and prepare. And there's a perfect example.
Oh.
Love that. Well, Luke, thanks for sharing your financial fails with us. Aaron as well.
Of course, Carly. Thank you for hosting us.
Yep. And we'll have a new guest next week to keep
Yep.
learning how your failures can become your successes.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning into Benzinga's very first Financial Fails podcast. Now we have a new segment running today for you guys. I'm so excited to try it out. So I'm going to turn this over to Hannah, who's going to be running around the office getting hot takes from everyone. Hey, Hannah.
Hi guys, welcome. So today I'm going to take you guys around the office like Carly said, and we're going to ask people what their hot takes are. So follow me and let's go.
Let's go.
should I start with? Okay. Hello there. So we're gonna be doing hot takes around the office today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Justin Blitchock, editor at Benzinga.
Okay, cool. So, hot take. Would you rather have President Elon? I messed that up. Would you rather have Elon Musk or Donald Trump as your president?
Oh, Jesus. Is there a third choice?
No.
Nope, that's it.
You gotta choose.
I don't know. I guess Elon Musk, because I've already been through Trump.
Okay, valid.
I'd rather have something different.
Valid choice. I can understand that. Okay, sounds good. On to
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Follow me.
Elon for president. 2020.
Elon for president. Okay, guys. Hey, Tommy.
What's up?
So, we're doing hot takes around the office. So, ready?
Mhm.
Would you ever join a cult?
Yes.
What cult would you choose?
Um,
Or, like, what kind of cult would you want to choose? Like a man?
huh?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
Down
know.
for
It would
that?
have to be a cool cult, though.
Oh, a cult of cool people?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Heard it here first. Tommy would join a cult.
Yep.
Okay, next. Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jillian.
Okay, hi, Jillian. So, what's your favorite Pop Tart?
Ooh, I'm obsessed with the strawberry.
That's a
Pop-Tart.
good choice. Like,
They're so
honestly, everybody, I was expecting a bad one, but that was a good one.
I think my second favorite is probably brown sugar, but you know.
That is not the best one. I don't agree with that one. Can you stick with the first one? Okay, on to the next. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna head over here next. Hello. Hello. Would you like to introduce yourself? Corey. Okay, so hot takes. Should we forgive student debt loan?
No.
Or student loan debt?
No.
No? Why?
Just because.
So you want to make
That's
did you,
a cute
did
hater.
you go to college?
Yeah.
So you
I like to pay for things.
interesting. Okay. Good take, Corey. Okay, next.
That's right.
Where should I go next? I kinda wanna-
Get Rohan.
I was gonna say. Hello. Hot takes around the office. Okay, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up? I'm Rohan.
Okay. Is AI going to take over the world?
Without a doubt, yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, why wouldn't it, you know?
What are you most scared of?
What am I scared of?
You think it's going to take your job?
Carly Lusk. No, I mean, honestly, I'm not scared. I'm just like along for the ride, you know? The
Okay.
planet's gonna go to oblivion because of AI.
Yeah, I think
It'll be interesting at least.
Valid response.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next. She is in a meeting. Head over here. Follow me. Okay. Hello, we're doing hot takes around the office. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm the director of client relations, and this is making me very uncomfortable.
Okay, would you rather have $1 million right now or $50K for the rest of your life?
Like $50K a year, or just $50K and then I'm done?
It was supposed to be $50K a year, but that was missed out on the question. So.
Oh, give me the $1 million now.
Okay.
For sure. I'll pay off my house and then just be like totally fine.
What
Right?
would you do with the rest? Would you like invest it? Would you just?
I should say invest it because I work for a financial media company, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I would probably be really irresponsible and make my upcoming wedding like super big.
Oh
And,
no,
like,
that's a great
yeah,
decision.
You know, like oh, the bachelorette party is now going to be like destination. I'm paying for everybody.
Oh
to
hell
go.
yeah!
Yeah.
Great response. Good job, Brittany. Okay, next. Is he right now? Okay, Carly.
Hi, I'm Carly.
Okay, so are we going into a recession?
It seems like we are because I read news clips daily and that seems to be a hot topic, but fingers crossed.
Okay, so Carly, she says yes. Tommy, we're gonna do you again. Okay. If you could quit your job right now and go anywhere in the world, where would you go right now?
Costa Rica.
Why?
Because I think some of our employees have gone there in the past, and it would be nice to meet up with them. you know?
Okay, valid response.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's gonna go meet people in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Bye, Tommy.
Let's go get it.
Okay, follow me.
Hot takes. Hot takes.
It's your intro. Hot takes in the office. So introduce yourself.
My name's Aiden.
Okay. Would you rather give bad advice or take bad advice?
Take bad advice.
Why?
It's good to learn. Humble yourself.
Good answer.
Okay, valid, I guess. That's kind of boring.
Give it a
Yeah, I guess.
Are the Lions going to the Super Bowl ever? Maybe this year? No.
Fingers crossed.
No, they
this
suck.
year.
They're not
Not this
going.
year.
They're not.
Wait, why
going.
not?
Not this year, but one thing. Tommy's question, I go to Columbia.
Why
Columbia's sick.
Columbia?
Columbia's sick.
We need reasoning. That's not a reason.
I'm sorry, I'm like super focused. Get like the store in my office.
That's what we like to hear. Focus here at Benzinga.
Great.
Let's get this
Okay. Ready?
How we doing?
Can we introduce ourselves?
Yes, my name's Aiden, not the weird one.
Okay. That's a good response. Is a taco a sandwich?
No, it's taco.
Why? It's like bread, technically, and stuff in it.
I don't know. I like them like separate.
Okay.
I don't really like the idea.
So like, if you like took a taco shell and like split it in half, and it was separate, and just like had the same fillings, would you consider it a sandwich then?
No, because like you don't say like, oh, let's go get some sandwiches and you get a taco. Like, no one says that.
That is a very valid response. Okay. I'm trying to see who else I can.
Can we do you, Malia?
No. She said no. Okay.
Go
Well,
get Luke. Go get Luke.
okay. Where's he at? Let's go. Let's go. Follow me. Uh-huh. Where did you go? Hello. We're doing hot takes around the office. Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Andrew Weiss.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question that we've actually already asked before, but I'm curious for your opinion. What's your favorite Pop-Tart?
Strawberry?
God damn, we got a lot of strawberry people in this office. I can't even go down on you guys. Strawberry's a good flavor. Okay, next. Thank you. Where's Luke?
He's in a meeting.
Should I get 18 before he leaves?
Yeah, go get him.
Hi, takes around the office. 18, you're next. So, rather read minds or see the future?
But I wanted to go over that. 'cause I think
Faster. Make a decision.
It's a hot take, not a speed take. Maybe we see the future.
Why?
So I can always see what's coming next.
Okay. That's a good
That's
response.
the best I got for you.
Okay. Thank you, AT. Let's go. Going to the desk.
And you're probably going to hunt you down as well.
Yeah, I just talked to them.
So,
Alright, go like sit down.
oh. Hey, y'all. I hope you enjoyed Financial Fails with Luke Jacobi and if you have any ideas or questions that you want to hear answered by the Benzinga team, please Instagram DM us, drop them in the chat. We'd love to hear it. And that was so much fun. Hannah, thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
See y'all next week. Hot takes. Hot.